It's not true. There's a huge debate that goes on in the United States. And your example of Haaretz is an Israeli newspaper anyway. There's no American newspaper that's running a poll.
I'm sorry, can I just come on this? The only debate I've seen in terms of the Israeli war and Hezbollah, for example, the only debate I saw was Democrats attacking Bush for being too soft on Hezbollah and not supporting Israel enough. Like a motion was passed saying, not a motion was passed, but so many were saying, why isn't he supporting them more?
It's a complicated world. You know, there are a number... There are a number of Arab states who are cheering Israel on as well, and a number of Lebanese who are cheering Israel on as well in that war.
Not very.
Okay.
I just need to say on this point about the Congress, it's not just if it was just the Congress, it would be a very different situation. I mean, we've heard comparisons with the National Rifle Association lobby, very powerful, supremely powerful in Congress. But you can get up and run for office against the National Rifle Association for gun control, and no one tries to demonize you or drive you out of public life. That's different with the Israel lobby. It's across, it's the Congress, it's the executive branch, and it's in the culture, in the media.
All right, gentlemen, almost at the back.
Thank you. A number of times during this debate, Barack Obama's remarks have come up, and unlike Mr. Coburn, the gentleman to my left quoted him correctly, saying that no one is suffering as much as the Palestinians. And the main thing about that statement is it's demonstrably false, because it doesn't matter if you take violent death, GDP per head, infant mortality, average life expectancy, there are a huge amount of people suffering more than Palestinians. Nevertheless, I think most people would agree that the Israeli-Palestinian situation receives more airtime in the Western media than any other foreign problem. Given this, it's clear that there is a debate about Israel, and that your problem is not that it's been stifled, because it's not, because it's out of all proportion to its genuine importance. Your problem is that you haven't got the hegemony over the debate that you think you deserve, and that, frankly, you can't hack it.
Andrew Coburn.
I have to say, first of all, Obama was clear, was talking in the context of Israel-Palestine. So it's really, your point is kind of beside the point. No one's demanding hegemony. Well, no one on this side is demanding hegemony over the debate. We're just pointing out that the debate is very one-sided. That, for example, Martin may have told the Congress that the Saudi initiative offers a full withdrawal, but we don't read that in the papers. The American people...
Well, he stifled himself.
No,
How did you manage that, Martin?
No, Martin didn't stifle. I think he may have said it in full expectation it wouldn't be a headline in the New York Times the next day. Someone earlier said...
I'm a great advocate of the Saudi initiative, because I'd like to see this problem solved.
Okay, let him,
and I think the Arab states stepping up to this point.
Let him finish his point.
It's frequently said, I think I've heard it from the hall here tonight, that Hamas, no one, Mark David was saying that the European governments refused to impose the sanctions on Hamas because they refused to recognize Israel's right to exist.
Question from the lady in the third row, please.
The argument is that the lobby can stifle debate as it's very powerful. Well, do you believe that an Islamic lobby in the US could ever have as much power as the Israeli lobby does?
There are more Muslims, American Muslims, than there are American Jews, but they're not organized as a monolithic community. There are Pakistani Muslims, there are Arab Muslims, there are black Muslims. And on the other hand, in the Jewish community, if you have two Jews, you have three organizations. They're probably the most highly organized people in the world.
You just wanted to come back for a moment. What did you want to say?
Do you believe that this division is what makes it difficult for the Islamic lobby to actually gain as much power?
Well, I think it's just a reality that Muslims in America have one common interest, which is how they are treated in the United States, and they're treated as American citizens. There have been problems after 9/11, which they have managed to organize, to lobby about and get their interests protected. But they don't have Palestine as their number one interest. Some of them do,
all right,
most of them don't.
True too. Okay, there are a lot more questions out there, but unfortunately we've come to the point in the proceedings where we're going to vote on the motion. The motion that this House believes that the pro-Israel lobby has successfully stifled Western debate about Israel's actions. Will you please take the electronic voting machines? If you want to vote for that motion, you press button 1 and then the OK button. If you want to vote against, it's button 2 and the OK button. And would you please do that now? You only have to press each button once. Through the wonders of modern science, your vote will then be communicated to the computers, and we should have the result for you any moment now. It should be coming up on our screens. There it is. 65.6% for the motion, 34.4% against. The motion has been resoundingly carried. All it remains for me to do is to thank our distinguished speakers for coming today. Some of them have travelled a great distance to be here. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks to you, the audience, as well. The Doha debates will be back again next month from Doha, but for now, from the Oxford Union and all of us on the team, good night. Thanks very much for coming. Good night.